Hey, I'm Brandon with Revzilla, joined here by my buddy Pat, or at least half of him, and we are checking out the Pod K4 V2 knee braces available at Revzilla.com. So the K4 V2 knee braces, these are incredibly comfortable, and this is something that is going to be geared towards the dirt riders out there who want maximum protection when it comes to torsional and lateral protection. And for me, once I started utilizing knee braces, it's really hard and pretty much impossible for me to ride without them now because it just feels so secure. So without them, I just feel like my knee and my leg is just not properly supported because they do provide an excellent amount of that torsional and lateral protection that's going to be beneficial for MX riders, trail riders, dual sport riders, and even ADV guys out there. So this is something that is going to provide really great protection. It's going to be very comfortable, and it is going to be very, very secure. This is coming in around $550. But if you think about it, I broke my leg. That cost me about $3,000 before the insurance covered the rest of it. So if you think about the investment here and potentially preventing injury, that could be very costly for you when it comes to medical bills. I think personally it is worth the investment. But before I get too long-winded with the features and what we got going on here, I did want to take a second and talk about the overall fit. Now for these particular knee braces, you want to measure around the full circumference of your knee. Keep that tape measure nice and level around your kneecap. Get that measurement, reference a chart, and that should get you pointing in the right direction there. I measured at the top end of a large, and the medium large fit me spot on. So I would certainly say get your measurements, reference a chart, and you should be all set. And keep in mind, these will ship to you for free, and as always, we do have our price match policy in place. That's there to ensure you're getting the best deal around. Now this has a composite frame, and I did want to mention that if you wanted to step it up to something a little bit more lightweight, they do have a carbon version of this as well, and that is the K8. So you can check that out if you want the lightest option available. But pretty much everything else, as far as the protection and the versatility they provide, is going to be on par with one another. Now, the first thing you will notice here is this big kneecap here. This is designed to give you some protection. That's going to give you some CE level protection right there and coverage, and it's tethered in. So Pat, if you could do some bending for us. Yeah, you can see how that moves well with the body. And Pat, go ahead and face that direction. We can get a better look at that. The other thing I wanted to point out was the synthetic. It's a ligament flex material right here, and it's going to be on 2 points of the knee, both the left and right hand side. And as this wears out, you can actually replace it very easily. And Pod actually has some really nice details about when you should replace that, the things you should be looking for. But this is designed to mimic the articulation of your knee or the natural movement of your knee. So it is going to provide some resistance, and it's going to allow you to add stoppers in here, which are going to help prevent a hyperextension. That's what these additional pieces that you see behind me on the table are. They just kind of slot in here so you can control the amount of hyperextension that you have. And that's going to provide an extra level of protection when you're out there on the trails. If you're to come off of the bike or you're dabbing or something like that, counterbalance, you kind of throw your leg out quite a bit. So it is important to have proper protection when you're out there on the trails. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, you can see, as I mentioned before, we've got this hard TPU coverage around the patella guard, if you will. That is removable, so you can utilize this with other sport applications if you want to do so. And fun fact, this is a certified medical device, so it can go beyond, just dirt biking. So you can use it for other applications as well, which is really nice. That torsional and lateral protection, combined with the amount of comfort that you're getting with the Pod K4s, it's pretty awesome. And I've tried a lot of knee braces, and I think Pod is definitely up there as far as one of the most premium options. Now, Pat, go ahead and face the back for me, sir. We're going to take a look at the straps here. This is one important note I wanted to make for you. You can see that they are actually numbered. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And you want to make sure that you secure those in the proper order because that's going to help this stay nice and stable and make sure it's secured in the appropriate manner there. And that will make a difference because let's say if you do number 4 strap, well, that might be too snug and not allow it to shift up the way that it needs to get your number 1 strap here at the back of the calf. So it is important. Make sure you do that in order. It's going to help you out in the long run. Pat, go ahead and face the front for me, sir. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that you do have some adjustability on the sides here. You're going to see in the box, and you can see over here on the side of the table, that you do have these little pucks, if you will, and they get Velcroed in, and there's different thicknesses of these little pods, if you will, and these will slot in on the sides. It's going to help with the comfort, and it's also going to help fill in that space. So if you have any gaps in here, you can slot those in, and that will help out and make those more secure. And I think that's a nice option that they give you. Tons of adjustability adjustability there, and it's going to help with the overall comfort that you're experiencing with these knee braces as they articulate and as you're moving around on the bike. And I think Pod has really stepped it up with the V2, made some nice updates. I like that this is a bit more low profile in comparison to the previous generation. I like that I can really hug the bike very well, and it's not going to hinder my movement. I can adjust the hyperextension. I've got a lot of adjustability when it comes to the sides, filling in that space, but it feels incredibly secure and incredibly comfortable, and that's what you want from your knee braces, that ultimate level of protection combined with the movement as well as the comfort associated. But of course, if you're looking for more details, you can always click that info button. That's going to take you over to revzilla.com, where you can read other rider reviews. And as always, if you have any questions about these knee braces or any other braces you might be looking at, please don't hesitate to reach out. Give our Gear Geeks a call at 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email, cs@revzilla.com. Thanks for hanging out with Pat and I and taking a closer look at the Pod K4 V2 knee braces. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.